Hi, I'm Landon Wilkie, and in participation of Banned Books Week Virtual Readout, I would like to share with you a classic, and that is Joseph Heller's Catch-22. Now, Catch-22 was published in 1961. It's an anti-war novel about a World War II bombardier, the guy who toggles the switch to drop the bombs, and his name is Captain Yossarian. Now, Captain Yossarian, he's been flying mission after mission over different parts of Europe, dropping bombs, and finally he gets to a point where he realizes he doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. So this book is detailing his experiences as well as what he finds unfavorable with the military, the government, and people in general. Now, this book has been challenged and banned numerous times, usually due to indecent language. Now, I would like to share with you a quick excerpt from Joseph Heller's Catch-22. Yossarian looked at him soberly and tried another approach. "Is Orr crazy?" "He sure is," Dr. Nika said. "Can you ground him?" "I sure can, but first he has to ask me to. That's part of the rule." "Then why doesn't he ask you to?" "Because he's crazy," Dr. Nika said. "He has to be crazy to keep flying combat missions after all the close calls he's had. Sure, I can ground Orr, but first he has to ask me to. That's all he has to do to be grounded. That's all. Let him ask me." "And then you can ground him?" Yossarian asked. "No, then I can't ground him." "You mean there's a catch?" "Sure there's a catch," Dr. Nika replied. Catch-22. Anyone who wants to get out of combat duty isn't really crazy. There was only one catch, and that was Catch-22, which specified that a concern for one's own safety in the face of dangers that were real and immediate was the process of a rational mind. Orr was crazy and could be grounded. All he had to do was ask, and as soon as he did, he would no longer be crazy and would have to fly more missions. Orr would be crazy to fly more missions, and sane if he didn't, but if he was sane, he had to fly them. If he flew them, he was crazy, and didn't have to, but if he didn't want to, he was sane and had to. Yossarian was moved very deeply by the absolute simplicity of this clause of Catch-22, and let out a respectful whistle. "That's some catch, that Catch-22, he observed. "It's the best there is," Dr. Nika agreed. Now, in addition, I'd also like to share what is perhaps my favorite quote from Catch-22. "The country was in peril. He was jeopardizing his traditional rights of freedom and independence by daring to exercise them." Now, this is the situation that Captain Yossarian finds himself in. And if you think about it, it's just plain wrong. And then if you apply it to our current situation, isn't the process of banning books similarly wrong and unjust? So it's been a pleasure to participate in Banned Books Week Virtual Readout, and I'd like to invite you all to read Joseph Heller's Catch-22. Thanks.